G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be going through my Premier League midway point team of the season. It's game week, at the time of recording this, it's pretty much midway through game week 19, which means there's 38 game weeks in a season. We're at the halfway point of the season. I've selected, I think, about 12 honourable mentions, an 8-man bench, and obviously the starting 11, which we're about to get straight into through the goalkeeper, and that man is going to be from Liverpool, Alisson Becker. There were two goalkeepers I was sort of considering. He's ended up on the bench, but in the end, Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the league, whether it's being a sweeper keeper, coming quick off your line, playing that Van Dijk and Kanate high line, as they like to do so often. The reason they can play that is through having the best goalkeeper in the world, which is Alisson. He comes off his line so quickly. He's so good with his feet. Probably not the best in the league with his feet as per se, but the combination of his incredible shot stopping abilities and his fantastic footwork, I think Alisson has to start in goal in this midway point team of the season. At left back, it's got to be Spurs' in his first season, Destiny Udogie. The left back position hasn't been the strongest this season, I won't lie. I was really trying to think of who to put at left back, but I think Destiny Udogie fits that profile brilliantly. By the way, the way I'm selecting this team is if I were to pick an 11 tomorrow to actually play a Premier League game, this is the 11 I'd pick. So I'm not going to play Haaland and Watkins up top, and I'm not going to try to force Bukayo Saka onto the left wing. I'm not going to try to force players into positions they don't usually play. I'm going to be picking a team purely based off how they do in a real game. Destiny Udogie. He gets forward, he puts balls into the box. He's been so brilliant for Spurs this season. He's been the best left back this season for me. I think defensively he is very good, but offensively he is even better. The amount of assists and goals and just goal contributions in general he's had this season has been an absolute joy to watch. And Udogie, what a pickup he's been for Spurs. At left centre back from Aston Villa, I've gone with Pau Torres. So very easily I could have just put him a right-footed centre-back there to partner up with William Saliba. But I've instead decided to go for the centre-back partnership of Pau Torres' left foot and William Saliba's right foot. I think the aerial ability of both of them is unmatched. I think the ball-playing ability of both of them is unmatched. I think the IQ is fantastic. The strength, the speed is there mostly from William Saliba, but Pau Torres is just a solid force. I rate both of them so highly, and I think that is a brilliant centre-back partnership. At right back, there were definitely a few options in this position, quite a few options, but I have settled on Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think in attack, especially this season, like in defense, he's actually cleaned up quite well, like better than he was last season by a long way. But in attack, we knew the levels he could get to, but he's gone to a different level. You've got Southgate trying to play him in midfield, trying to give him a more attacking role, but the reality is Trent still can play right back, have a defensive impact, and most of all, an astounding forward impact. Some of the free kicks he scored this season, the one that comes to mind straight away is the one against Fulham. That was an absurdly good free kick. Balls into the box for that incredible Liverpool front three that they can rotate whenever they want. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's got to be in this team. In the number 8 position, I have got Liverpool's Dominic Szoboszlai. He's actually played number 10 for Liverpool this season, but he can play as a box-to-box midfielder, and Szoboszlai is just absolutely brilliant. We've got Udogie and Szoboszlai both in this team now, who are, respectively in their first season at their respective clubs. Struggled to get that one out. Szoboszlai's ability on the ball to just weave around opponents and then pick off a long pass. You could compare him to so many players. One that comes straight to mind. Would it be one that comes straight to mind? What other Bulgarian players could you compare him to? Oh, I guess Puskas. Like, the way Puskas played, you can definitely see the similarities in between those two Hungarian players, Szoboszlai and Puskas. And I know Puskas wasn't at an astounding level, but I have seen Puskas play in form of highlights, and I do see the resemblance between both of them. Szoboszlai is the next poster boy, and is currently the poster boy of Hungarian football, and he's doing it on the world's biggest stage. What a season he's had with Liverpool, on the ball, off the ball. He is just a fantastic addition to this midfield. Now, I've gone with Declan Rice over Rodri. I originally I was going to play Rodri and Rice in the midfield three with James Maddison in the number 10 position. But I want a mobile number 8 that has the physicality to get back and get forward. And I thought Szoboszlai would be a better fit alongside Declan Rice than putting Rodri there. I mean, Declan Rice has just controlled Arsenal's midfield this season on the ball, scoring goals, just holding down the midfield and protecting that back four. Arsenal have been such a solidified force this season, and Declan Rice has been their best player. And in all honesty, I know it will probably end up going to Haaland or something, but Declan Rice has been the best player in the Premier League for me this season. He has been incredible. We knew how good he was at West Ham, but he's just taken it up a notch at Arsenal, and he's responded to the challenge of playing for a big club straight away. What a player Declan Rice is. James Maddison in the number 10 position. I think his creativity is basically the pure reason why Spurs are in the top four. They have struggled massively without him. And, you've had guys like Brian Johnson and Richarlison step up to the plate with his absence and with his lack of creativity. Even Giovanni Lo Celso in midfield has looked really, really good. But I think no one can compare to James Maddison's 12 or so games he's played so far this season. He's not going to be out for much longer, and when he comes back, Spurs are going to be back to being that formidable attacking force. What a player James Maddison is. It's almost a blessing in disguise that Leicester got relegated, because we're going to see a guy like James Maddison at a bigger club. Maybe that move would have been delaying another summer window if Leicester didn't get relegated, because Maddison, unreal. Heung-min Son, on the left, the third Spurs player in this 11. Son's mostly played in the number 9 position this season, and his finishing has been unbelievable. His hold up, unbelievable. But on the left wing, where he's played the last few games with Richarlison up top, he's looked just as good. And so, look, I know I said I wasn't going to force players into positions, but there has been genuinely no standout left winger this season, and Son does play a left wing quite often. I did consider Anthony Gordon in the left wing position. I wasn't going to go play like Saka or Bowen out there. I was going to stick with a left winger, so I did consider an Anthony Gordon, but I ended up going with Heung-min Son. His goal contributions, goals and assists, they've just been on a different level this season. He has looked so good in that Spurs attacking Ange system. He's the poster boy. He's the captain. Heung-min Son starting on the left wing. Mate, that link up down the left with Udogie and Son, how about that? Let's continue with that. Erling Haaland, he starts up top. I mean, it writes itself. He's missed the last 3 or so Prem games, which has been a killer for my FPL, by the way. I've tried to hold Haaland, and it just hasn't worked out. I think I'm going to have to transfer him out for Solanke and get him back in a couple of weeks. Anyway, besides the point, no one cares about my FPL team. The finishing, the hold-up play, just his all-round game. When they call him a tapping merchant, they don't watch football. He is just astounding. He's truly incredible, and he could end up being one of the greats of our game. Erling Haaland, he's formidable. And, you've got Son and Udogie down the left linking up. Now you've got Trent and Salah. I'm a big fan of the right-footed left winger and the left-footed right winger with the overlapping fullbacks. And I think Udogie, Trent, Son and Salah, that ain't a bad combo with Haaland in the box, Maddison as central support, Szoboszlai getting forward a little bit, Rice protecting Pau and Saliba. If you can get past Alisson, if you can get past all that, try to get past Alisson. I mean, bloody hell, what a lineup we've put together here. I considered Saka for about half a second. I considered Bowen for about half a second. But realistically, Mohamed Salah, he just provides an attacking threat that no other winger in the league can provide. He is just absolutely incredible. That left foot of his is as dangerous of a left foot in the world, probably apart from Messi. I mean, what a player. Mo Salah, a Liverpool legend. Let's go on to the bench. And the bench is Guglielmo Vicario. He's in goal. He has just been, again, another player in their first season at their respective club. What a season Vicario is having. I rate him so highly with his feet, shot stopping. Brilliant. And I actually liken him to David De Gea, but with a bit more usage of his feet. He comes off his line quicker. He's better with his feet. But in terms of shot stopping style, I think Vicario's technique is so similar, and I see De Gea in him. Pedro Porro is going to be my backup right back on the bench. I think ganging forward and defensively, he's probably better going forward than defensively, but he's very good on both ends. I rate Porro very highly, and he's going to get a spot on the bench. Ezri Konsa, the versatility to play centre back and right back. What a season he's had with Villa. Douglas Luiz, most underrated player in the Prem this season, in my opinion. I think holding down in midfield. that is in a title race, or title race, but in a top 4 race at the moment is just brilliant. Rodri's got to find a way into this team. I chose to play Rice, Bosley, and Madison for the realistic point of view, but Rodri is just, he's incredible. Like, Man City can't play good football without him. Bukayo Saka, I think he hasn't scored many goals this season, but in terms of assists and actually just providing attacking threat, I think Saka's had a brilliant season. Jared Bowen having a career best season with West Ham. West Ham came to my hometown, Perth in Australia, on their pre-season tour. I went and watched him play against Harry Kane and Tottenham, and he looked formidable. His left-footed finishes is as good as anyone in the league at the moment. Up there with the Salahs and the Sakas, he is just fantastic. And Dominic Solanke gets the nod as backup striker over Ollie Watkins. I think in terms of play style, his hold-up and his finishing in general deserves to be backup striker. What a season he's had with Bournemouth. I'm going to end the video, but before I do that, I'm going to quickly go through 12 honourable mentions that didn't make the team for various reasons. Mickey van de Ven, Ollie Watkins, Anthony Gordon, Hwang Hee-chan, Harry Maguire, Gabriel, Kieran Trippier, Vitaly Mikalenko, Phil Foden, John McGinn, James Ward-Prowse, Mohamed Kudus. There's a variety of reasons there why they didn't make the team. You can guess them in the comments. If you think I've left anyone out, let me know down below. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new and you did enjoy. And I will see you all next time. Cheers.